up, guys? I'm Mike D'Antonio, founder and CEO of StockedUp, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have an amazing episode for you guys today. In After Hours, Tesla and Facebook shot up. We have a lot of news regarding Gilead, and at the end of the video, we're going to be going over a lot of stocks to watch for tomorrow. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys all the stocks that me and Tom are watching for the rest of the week. We're going to be sharing that at the end of the video, so make sure you watch to the end and don't forget to subscribe. The channel has been growing awesome lately. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see these videos on your homepage every single day. So Tom, with that being said, do you want to get us started on Gilead?
Yeah, Mike, with Gilead here, you can see that this morning they had very good news. The U.S. study ended up finding good news with their trial. It ended up curing patients faster than doing nothing, and that's obviously a good thing, but it's not the best news in the world. And you can see that they ended up gapping up and then falling down very significantly from 88 all the way back down to 80, and then they came all the way back up to 85. So it was a very volatile day for them, but it was a very good day trade if you would have noticed this nice consolidation down here around 80, and then they started popping back up. And if you just would have had a nice, for example, if they would have broken this high right here of 82.60, and then you could have gotten in, and then they would have rode all the way up to 84 within 2 candlesticks. So that's 30 minutes. So that's 30 minutes for about a 4% gain there, which is very good. So
and that's a 4% gain on the stock. With options, that's 100 to 200%. So
yeah, exactly.
That's big. And then if you want to tell us a little bit about what happened with Facebook and After Hours.
Yeah, Facebook, they also reported earnings. And what ended up happening with them is that their earnings were right on the estimate, which is good. But the thing is that they had ad stabilization, where a lot of ad companies ended up coming back into Facebook because people are so active on it right now because everybody's at home, obviously. And that's really brought the ad companies back in. And they really did not expect that at Facebook. And that's really why you saw this nice gap up here of about 10%.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, that's a pretty big move for Facebook, up 10%.
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty big. And Tom, if you also want to pull up a Twitter chart in After Hours, Facebook and Twitter are pretty strongly correlated. And Twitter didn't even report earnings yet, but they also moved just because of Facebook. So that's another thing to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I wonder what Snapchat's like as well.
Actually, let's check that out.
Yeah, Snapchat, same story.
Yeah, awesome. And then how about eBay?
Yep, eBay, they went ahead and reported earnings as well. And you can see they are down right now. While they did beat estimates slightly, they are down. I don't know what the reason is for them being down, but based on technicals here, they are falling down below. You can see they did have a nice little volatile spike here. Whenever stocks have earnings, sometimes they have these nice volatile candles where they go like 10 points in either direction or something. And this is the case right here. So really this could go down and then go all the way back up given this spike. So
right. And then Tom, can you pull up a daily chart on eBay real quick?
Yeah, definitely.
I just want to point something out, guys. eBay has had a crazy past couple of weeks, and I think they're up so much. And, you know, even though their earnings weren't like bad, it's just been, you know, they had a great past couple of weeks, you know, and that's just kind of how the market works, you know, with Amazon and Netflix exploding 2 weeks ago. Even though they had good earnings, they were already up so much. So I think that's kind of the same story with eBay.
Yeah, like every stock goes up and every stock goes down, and you have to anticipate that because the big investors do, because they end up cashing out up there at the top.
Yeah, I was thinking about selling some naked calls on eBay. I ended up not doing it, but I was just thinking about it. You know, it would have ended up good with earnings. But next time, how about Qualcomm?
Yeah, Qualcomm, another chip maker, really good. They ended up having great earnings today. Let's go ahead and check the chart. Great earnings. They are up. They do make a lot of phone things and laptop chips, and that's something that obviously people are using right now while they're home. And Qualcomm is going to also follow with what's the other chip maker, Mike?
AMD, Intel, MU, Micron.
MU. Those two are going to follow together. AMD and Intel, they kind of specialize more in computer stuff, kind of like graphics cards and processors. I know NVIDIA also does graphics cards, and those guys make more of computer application stuff. And Micron and Qualcomm, they stick to stuff like with laptops and phones very specifically, which is a very large market.
Gotcha. And then, last but not least, the stock everyone has been talking about recently, Tesla.
Oh yeah, Tesla. They are definitely up right now in earnings. They definitely beat their estimation. They were estimated to be negative 1.57 earnings per share, and they ended up positive 1.24. It was
Wow.
definitely a surprise. I
Right.
did not expect them to go up this much. I expected more of this rise over here of about 10%. I did not expect them to go ahead and staircase up like this another 10%. This is very unprecedented from a company like Tesla, where their factories were shut down for a part of a couple of
Right.
months.
Right. That's the thing. And, I initially had a bearish stance on Tesla, but, earnings is earnings. Sometimes crazy things happen, with earnings. And, you'll see a stock, have a certain effect on a catalyst or like some type of effect, and it'll do the opposite in earnings. So, that's trading. But Tesla had quite the run up in after hours. And if this momentum continues tomorrow, it can be a good momentum play.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. If it just make sure it breaks the high up here of like 885 and then play it up to like 900.
Right? That's simple. So then we also have to talk about the FOMC meeting. So I'm sharing my chart right now. So I'm on the SPY right now. And like we talked about in the last podcast, FOMC meetings move the markets typically. It didn't move the market too much today, but they do have a big effect on the economy overall. Okay. In the FOMC meeting today, there wasn't any like major changes, and that's why you didn't see any major movement in the market. The Dow was only up about 500 points, but in this market, that's kind of normal. Pretty much what happened in the FOMC meeting is, like I said, nothing huge came out of it. They're keeping the interest rates, the target interest rates, the same. And Jerome
Oh, that's good.
Powell, he did acknowledge the economic impact that the virus has had. And, it's good that he acknowledged that, but, the market was still up on it. So, there wasn't too much of an impact from that meeting. So, one thing that did catch my eye is he said that the Federal Reserve is going to continue to buy like treasuries and stuff like that. So I'll be keeping my eye on a couple bond plays, but now's not the time. So that's just
Think they're
something.
going to cut rates again?
No, they're not going to cut rates again. They're going to keep the rates the same.
No, I mean like in the future. Do you think that they're going to cut them based on this or?
I mean, we're already at 0 to 0.25%. Like,
I know. That's crazy. That'd be insane. I used to see some articles coming out about them going negative, and I was kind of interested, like what would happen if that happened.
I don't think they're going to go negative, at least anytime soon. I mean, we have to see what actually happens with this virus and everything first. Like, when are we going to start reopening? Like, I mean, that would be crazy if they put the rates negative. But
Yeah, definitely. I just saw some articles about it, and I just had to ask because I was
yeah,
like,
I
man, that
doubt it. I doubt it, to be honest.
okay.
We'll see, of course. But like they said, no, I don't think so right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about some earnings that we have for the rest of the week?
Yeah, so for the rest of the week, we do have Dow Chemical. They are a chemical company. They're going to be reporting earnings tomorrow morning. I like to play them because they play off technicals very well. So just keep in mind they could end up falling here, going up. Just play another continuation play. They are up at the highs up here around 38. So if they break 38, maybe play them to go 39.40. And if you're on options, that could be an easy, 40 to 80% on those within a very quick time frame, within like 30 minutes with the earnings. So.
Right, for sure, for sure. And then yeah, Twitter.
And yeah, Twitter was the other one that we talked about earlier. Yep, they're going to have earnings as well. Just make sure that they obviously break the highs again. They are up in after hours right now in anticipation of earnings. Obviously, Facebook is up, so Twitter's up as well, like we said. All right, yeah, leading into McDonald's, guys, you can see if whenever we go ahead and do some technicals on them, if we go ahead and draw a nice triangle as always, they have a very nice formation here. Now, keep in mind that they are pretty bullish right now, but this formation normally leads me to be bearish here. But just keep in mind that with earnings, they can go either way. So they are looking very strong, and if they break highs of like 190, obviously play them higher up towards 200, and that's what you're going to look for is that longer term outlook. So let's go to a 6-month chart. And there you go. That looks a lot better of a triangle. And you can obviously see that they could obviously gap up here and fill the gap back up towards their highs. And they have a long way to go back up there. And a lot of people are using McDonald's right now because there's not a lot of food outlets right now.
Right. Yeah.
And then transitioning into Six Flags, you can see they are very strong. They had a very strong day today, but they are reporting earnings tomorrow. And for some reason, Six Flags is very strong, even though they are a theme park that is shut down right now, because obviously there'd be thousands of people in the park riding their roller coasters and stuff. They're kind of like a Disney World for people who don't know them. And, right now they're definitely losing on ticket sales, and it is their peak time of the year, like springtime, summertime. And I have to see earnings and their outlook being pretty abysmal right now.
Yeah, we'll see. Earnings is very volatile. Confusing things happen, so we'll just have to wait and see. How about KHC?
Yep, Kraft Heinz. I think they're going to have very good earnings with everybody staying at home, and people are going to the supermarkets and buying everything off the shelves. Kraft makes everything, frozen food. They make ketchup, mustard, obviously, everything. So, anything at the store, Kraft, they have you covered. And obviously they're a very good stock to own long-term, and they're going to have earnings right now. And I think that they're going to be up on earnings, but obviously just make sure of it. And they're going to move before the market opens, and that'll probably give you a good telltale sign.
Yeah. Yep. And then guys, for the momentum plays for tomorrow, guys, every single day I call out these momentum plays in the podcast, right? The next day, all you have to do is see if they break the highs / the lows tomorrow morning. Okay. The same plays that I alert right now is what I'm going to be trading tomorrow morning. Okay. So here are the momentum plays that I'm watching out for tomorrow. So Tom, if you want to plot some of these stocks, we have PayPal, MasterCard, Visa. We'll just do the ticker symbols: UAL, LUV, CCL, ALGN, MU, TXN, MAR, and then AMAT. All of these stocks have a ton of momentum right now, and I'm going to be playing them tomorrow morning. So, Tom, if you want to go to a daily chart real quick, and how about you plot? Let's go with MU.
Micron.
MU. As long as it breaks the highs of today. So, what were the highs today, Tom, on MU?
$50.
Okay, $50. If MU breaks $50 tomorrow morning, I'm going to be in a bullish position. Okay, it's literally that simple. There's no hidden strategy or anything behind it. All these stocks have they're moving right now. They have good momentum. If that momentum continues tomorrow morning, I'm going to play it. If it doesn't continue, then I'm not going to play it. Same thing, whether, it's like, let me take a look at. Yeah, I mean, pretty much all these plays are bullish plays, but I'm just looking for them to break the highs. So that's really it. It's that simple. We were looking at, what was it? Was it KSS, Tom, or was it no?
Yeah, KSS, I think.
KSS was the other day. So KSS was Sunday. It was like CCL, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, DAL, Delta.
DAL. So I was looking at DAL yesterday, and I said, hey, if it breaks the highs, I'm going to get in it today. And it broke the highs, and I got in it today, and I alerted it for everyone in the day trading chat room in the Discord. The link is in the description down below. It's completely free if you want to join. Free day trade alerts. And then, it's that simple. There's nothing really to explain about the momentum strategy. If it breaks the highs, get in. If it doesn't, then don't. So now on for the unusual option for today. This option had $7.25 million put into it today, and it is the Boeing 145 call options that expire this week. So in 2 days, this thing is going to be expired. $7.25 million were put into it. I'm going to plot it on my chart real quick. Go to Boeing. We have the 145 calls. Let me do an analysis on it real quick. One major thing is with weekly options, with this much money put into them, normally they are being sold for premium, meaning that this option would most likely expire worthless. However, with Boeing, there is a lot of momentum going on right now, and Boeing is one of those crazy movers. Once it starts to move, it moves big. So with Boeing, I'm just going to kind of play this one out. If Boeing starts to shoot up tomorrow, then I'm definitely going to be looking to get in a bullish position on Boeing because, someone just put $7.25 $2.25 million into it. Right now, I can't tell if they're selling premium or if they're longing this. The way I'm going to be able to tell is if Boeing is up in the green tomorrow and this option starting to move, I'm going to know that they just bought this Boeing 145 call at a great price. So that's how I'll be playing that. I'll definitely be watching Boeing tomorrow too. And then we are going to get into the FAQs for this video. And the top comment is from Sean again. So he said, Mike and Tom, what a great explanation and video. You guys answered so well and simple too. It's really something to watch and learn on these. I can't thank you both enough. I'm jacked for tomorrow. For sure. I mean, we love that, we love that type of mindset. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get up in the morning, be excited to trade, and, it's fun. Learn something, make some money, have a good time. So thank you for your comment, Sean. And now on to the question. So Peter asked, hey, Mike, could you show how to sell premium on Robinhood and TD Ameritrade? So with TD Ameritrade, it's a little bit more complicated. I'll let Tom share a screen right now. But so with Robinhood, there are two options as of now that you can do. You can either sell a covered call or you can sell a cash secured put. Now, there are other ways to sell premium like credit spreads and things like that, but just like the basic version of selling premium is just like selling naked options. If you wanted to sell a naked put, pretty much, if we use like a simple example, let's say that like we look at Bank of America, right? And like, let's say you wanted to sell like a 22 strike put. Literally, all you have to do is you just have to have the money in your account, like as if that put was to get expired. So for example, like if you sold the 22 put, you'd have to buy 100 shares at $22 each. So what is that? You need like $2,200, right, in your account to do that. Pretty much, then all you have to do is just sell the put. That's all you have to do. There's nothing special about it. With TD Ameritrade, it gets a little bit more complicated. You have to have like level 3 options. But if you're selling like covered calls, you only need like level 1 options approval. But it's also the same concept. Like literally, you just sell the put. There's no special order or anything. If you want to sell covered calls, it's also as simple as just selling the call. You just have to have 100 shares or more to do that. In order to sell unsecured options, which is pretty much when you don't have the cash to do that, or like sell like an unsecured call or like a just like that. That's when you need like higher options levels, and you'll need a premium brokerage like TD Ameritrade or E-Trade or something like that. But it's pretty simple as long as you have the cash. All you have to do is go to the option and then sell it. So Vang said, at this point, earnings and fundamentals don't matter as long as Jay Powell's printer still goes burr. Yep.
That's a funny one.
Wager said, thanks for the great content. Do you have any thoughts on MasterCard and EA with earnings coming up? Tom, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, I think that MasterCard, they definitely flew up with earnings. They flew up this morning because this question was from last night. But obviously they flew up this morning, and obviously I think they could be a good continuation play. Yeah. People are using their credit cards a lot online right now, and they do, I believe, collect fees up from companies on those, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Just like any other business would have to pay like a 1% credit card fee.
Right.
It's the same concept. So the more times the credit cards used, the better. And everybody's getting $1,200 right now also, and that's also going to influence this.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you just want to like keep it simple, like yes, there are fundamental reasons why MasterCard is going up, but if you want to keep it simple for a quick trade, hey, it's a continuation play. If it breaks the high it had today, if it breaks that tomorrow, bullish. If it doesn't, then no trade. What about EA, Tom?
Yeah, EA, Electronic Arts. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, they actually make a bunch of video games. They are the maker of Battlefield and a whole bunch of sports games. Like I believe they make a basketball game. I know that they make NHL, and they make a ton of video games. I would think that they would be doing well right now, but they are going to kind of follow along with Activision. They are kind of in the same category or same sector, if you want to say. And Activision is down, and so is EA. And I think the EA over the long term is going to go up, but over the short term, I got to say that I don't think they're going to do too well on the earnings. As you can see, they have gone up a lot recently. I think that they have a lot of room to fall. So
Okay. Yeah. So Hunter has a great question, but I'm going to save that one for the end. Mason, another great podcast. Thank you for the comment. Period said, good work. Wish this was longer. Ham got 100 AMD shares.
oh no.
Yeah. Be careful with that one. Just like Intel, it definitely can go up, but the momentum right now is not in your favor. Aran said, I like how you guys are covering the oil industry too. Subscribed. Awesome. Love to hear that. Vang said, banks better capitalized. Yeah, I think they are better. Vang said, banks are better capitalized this time compared to the last downturn. I agree with that. In 2008, that was tremendously, the banks were tremendously over leveraged and there was a lot of shady things going on, but I believe they are in a better financial position right now than they were last time. Ronnie said, beautiful podcast yet again. Do you guys also buy long-term shares? Tom, you want to take this?
Yeah, I buy a lot of long-term shares, Ronnie. I like to keep my account about 75% long-term shares and about 25% is what I keep to play options with. So what I do is, like, for example, I'm holding a lot of shares of 3M right now long-term. And what I do is I just look at companies and I look at the market overall and I wait for times like big downturns in the market, kind of like right now with the coronavirus. So for example, I'm into 3M. This was the first position I got into. I got into it a little early. I'm in at 158 on 3M. And then I also got into Intel on this big downturn. And I love playing the downturns because obviously the market loses so much momentum that you know that it's going to pop back up. Kind of like right here, how Intel lost 25% and then they pop up another 20% on the recovery. And that's exactly what I was looking for here. So I got into Intel at like 46 and then I sold at 60. And that was like a long-term, like month or two play. So obviously long-term shares are a very good thing to get into. I think everybody should use them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't really have too much of a long-term account right now. I plan on building that, but right now I'm just sticking to my options. You know what I mean? That's going very well for me, so I'm just sticking with it. I do plan on making a long-term portfolio sometime soon, though. G said, great info. Thanks, guys, for sure. Alex, time to make some money. Oh, yeah. Joe, great job as always. Sold the Costco June 292.5 put at 660. Sold call Strangle 178. Tomorrow we'll be scanning for PayPal or MasterCard naked puts. So if you sold those naked puts, Joe, you're probably doing pretty well right now. MasterCard, PayPal's up, so that'll be good for your premium. How is PayPal? PayPal's up pretty big too. So, good job on that. And now on to Hunter's comment. So he said, a question for tomorrow's podcast. What got you guys into trading originally? So, Tom, I'll let you take this one first.
Yeah, definitely. I actually got started in trading whenever I was in high school, and I was very fortunate that my grandfather, he used to trade stocks whenever he was younger, and he ended up passing away about a year ago. But he taught me about 6 years ago about stocks, and then I started researching on the internet about them and just watching YouTube videos and just really learning. And that's where I ended up finding you, Mike. And then I just took it from there. And really, my grandfather got me into it. And really just that drive to win and that drive to make money and to make money very easily from home is what I really wanted to do. And that's why I took on trading.
I wouldn't say trading's easy, but the inspiration you have was there.
Yeah.
Trading definitely isn't easy, but
no.
I definitely had the same mindset as you, though, Tom. So the way that I got started was in 7th grade. I was playing a video game and I was just messing around. It had a virtual stock market. I was messing around. I made like $20 million virtual money. And I was like, oh my God, like I need to find out how to do this in real life. And then, in 7th grade, I wasn't old enough to trade stocks. So I talked with my parents and they got me set up with a brokerage account. I started researching and, just doing my own research like every single day, like pretty much all day long. And I was just networking with people and learning things and, just searching things up. And that's how I got started. But I had the same, drive. Like I was always money hungry as a kid. And, stock market seemed like the right place to go. And, I'm very glad that I, worked as hard as I did in the stock market, just teaching myself. And, I think it's just crazy how, just certain things like at a young age, like if you start researching at a young age and continue to work hard, like for example, like especially in the stock market, that can really pay off. So that's how I got started. Very glad that I did get in the stock market though at a very young age. If you guys
What game were you playing?
GTA 5.
Oh, nice. Okay. I honestly thought about that. Don't they have American Airlines and Delta on there?
They have a lot of stocks, some of which we won't name for.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, GTA 5 was the game that kind of got me started in the stock market.
That's
If you guys
awesome.
want to learn more about my story on how I got started, go to StockedUp.university. The link will be in the description down below. Pretty much you just click about once you get to the website, and my whole story is there if you guys want to learn more about it. But yeah, that is it. Tom, did you have any last minute stocks, options, anything to watch out for this week?
No, I think that calls it. This was a very informative video, so I think this
Yes.
pretty much covers it all for tomorrow.
Yeah, I had a great time today with the podcast. Guys, the YouTube channel is literally exploding right now. And the reason for that is because all you guys are commenting down below. So I just want to give a special shout out to all of you guys who are doing that. And guys, if you guys have any questions in the market, me and Tom's setups, anything, let us know in the comments down below. And we're going to answer them, every single question, live on the podcast. So if you guys have any questions, just let us know. Do not forget to subscribe. The YouTube channel is exploding, so you can see our videos every day. Don't forget to subscribe. But other than that, thanks for watching.